What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for round 3, San Diego. We are live. I am Chase.
I'm Christian.
The RMFantasySX. Thank you, everyone who is joining us right now. And before we kick off this show, I will get yelled at by our social media guy, Shane. Smash that like button if you're watching this right now live, or if you're watching it afterwards. Hit it hard, because I don't know about all the YouTube analytics, but I know the more the likes that it gets, the more shit gets shared. So, close. Hit the like button. Share this with your friends. Let them know what's going on. Get them to join us live. That's right. Anyway, thank you, everyone, for joining us. If you are here chatting, we will get to you as much as we can. I got to say, Christian, we had some good memes come in this week.
The memes are on fire.
The memes we had, by the way, Kobe, the man behind the camera. Kobe, who was our main meme guy this week?
Billy Reed. This is the Billy Reed segment.
Let's do the Billy Reed segment, because he's just dropping the memes. I like this one. This just goes to show that people appreciate it, and it makes me feel good that people are excited when we share it. It's one of my favorite memes. I saw that.
And credit to the man. He's killing it, honestly. Like, keep them coming.
He's got the best memes.
Keep them
We
coming.
are. All right, that's it. I'm going to announce it. We're going to do some giveaways for Best Meme Contest.
I like
We've done the past. We've got some jerseys signed. We can give some stuff away. So right now, let's say it. Best meme from San Diego Supercross this weekend. We'll pick a winner by the following round, and we'll send you something. So
how about
get the memes going?
Throw them on Discord, send them to Instagram, wherever's best.
That one made me laugh. I sent that one to Adam, and he was
Was he loving it?
Oh, he's loving it. He was laughing pretty hard. There was one with people on the train, like players versus non-players in fantasy, and like one guy's smiling because he just watches the races. One guy was all pissed off.
I like the Brayton one if we have it. The Brayton one was pretty good.
I'll get it loaded up in Discord.
Gets shared. That's right, Sean Powell. Oh, man, yes. Let's go. Get those memes are rolling. Meme Creator, go to the App Store and just type in Meme Creator, and there's a lot of different apps you can download. Some are free. If you want to get a membership, you can do that, but they're fun.
It's easy.
I did my first meme last week.
Some of them go a little over. Easy. Some aren't very safe for work, but they still might be funny.
All right, well, look, let's dive into it. We got San Diego coming up. Also, we got Jimmy the Rippa. Jimmy Decotis is calling in.
Yeah, that's huge.
Calling from New Hampshire to give us his thoughts on the racing so far and his picks for this weekend. So a big shout out to him. So stick around for that. Okay, just a quick little recap from Oakland. Results-wise, Anderson took his first win since 2018. Plessinger, big rebound from 10th to 2nd. Barsha, third. He is now the red plate holder. Tomac in 4th. Stewart 5th. And we had Max Anstey in the wild card. So going off of that. And we already shared player stats last week, Christian, right?
we did.
Okay. But look, it can only go up from here because the average score last week was like 22 points. So
this one is new. How we said only 0.19% had AP in 3rd.
Yeah.
And only 3% had him in their top 5. AC was in people's picks over twice that.
Really?
Which surprised me. More people were picking AC than AP last week.
Well, it's because they're not. Well, I mean, he got 10th in the first round.
But I wouldn't have picked AC at all.
Yeah.
It was more what surprised me.
Well, hey,
I would have picked AP
He got,
before.
7th last week?
8th.
8th? Okay, I'm just saying, he is getting better.
I know. That just surprised me.
I think AC could be a good pick for the wild card this week, which is 7th. Not yet in that top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys think, though? Let's see. Brody Richard says, Webb looks like old Yamaha 450 coupe. You think so? Ow. Come on. He got second in the first round. He looked good.
Nobody is discounting him on the track, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I don't know. Anderson, yep. Anderson's crushing it. Love it. Okay, let's get into it. Track trans, Kobe, let's get the track map up there. So another not-so-long start straight for this track, which equals not good news if you're not getting good starts. I'm just going to throw them out there. Dylan Ferrandis, Eli Tomac, Malcolm Stewart. Some of these guys that are just, they're getting good results, but with how the field is right now, if you don't start around 5th or 6th at worst, you're probably not going to end up in top 5 or podium unless you're fading back.
Yeah, only a couple 180s too.
Yeah, and the whoop section has a pretty good whoop section. The thing is, man, the rhythm lanes are short. Not many big 180 bowl turns.
You're emphasizing the starts on this track.
It has to be. I guarantee you, I put it in my notes right here. I bet you the qualifying, I bet you the top 15 this week are all probably within
pretty close
a second, easy.
Yeah, only
just
a couple
because
rhythms.
The track layout doesn't look too.
But you could do anything different, really.
Yeah, Anaheim's track map was, or Anaheim 1 was a more difficult track just looking at it on paper. But I could be wrong. Maybe we show up and things are a little bit different. But, yeah, no berm after the whoops will be interesting, says Mr. Josh Prowse. Long whoops.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, yeah, by the way, Webb, they were saying he was sick last round, so that's why he didn't put in maybe the best result. But injuries, what do we got to talk about here? Adam Cianciarulo, still got the shoulder.
Got a lot better, though.
He did.
From round 1.
Like
I
said,
saying, so.
if he can, get 10% better from here until Saturday, or even not even that, and just hold on for a 7th, he's going to probably rip off a good start.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only hard part. If AC doesn't get like a great start, he'll probably just hover around 10th, or I don't know. We'll see.
And maybe towards that wild card spot.
Anyway, looks at that. Olga, hello from Florida. What's going on? I don't know if Webb is still sick. We'll find out. But, I mean, he got it
sick
last
or not,
week.
He's a safe pick still in my mind.
Yeah, we got some stats to help back it up.
Jay Hill, Little Hill, still not back yet?
Yeah. Everyone asked about Justin Brayton or Mitchell Oldenburg. I'm assuming they're back because with the new COVID standards, if they're doing the same thing everyone else is,
you
it's
got
5
the newest
days,
ones?
the 5 days and you're back kind of a thing. And then I heard too that once a rider has COVID and they show that they had a positive test, they're exempt from testing for like 2 months. So who the heck knows?
Yeah, maybe worth it.
But yeah, JB10 will be back.
All I do know is we got to talk about Big Hill making the main last week was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So.
Alex Martin got redemption there, so it was a good. All right.
It was a good.
It was a good. Just watched the Borat skit the other day. He was getting a puppy at the pound.
What kind of turtle is this?
All right. Anderson for wild card. What? No, come on. The dude just got first. He's in shape. He's getting good starts.
The starts is
Anaheim won. Anderson should have been on the. Anderson should theoretically should be your points leader right now. Pending Barsha doesn't take him out in Anaheim 1 because the man was going to podium.
He took the high road on it too, and it's paying off.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him go.
Oh, all right.
So, who do we got? Who do we want to start off with here?
Oh, and forgive me ahead of time. I know there's going to be some hate here, but I spaced it, folks. I was gone all day yesterday filming, and I didn't get an updated Barsha number plate. I don't have a red number plate yet. But we're going to talk about Barsha first here because he is your new points leader. And let's talk about this. All right. He's gotten back-to-back 5th place starts, and he's finished 3rd.
Both rounds.
But this is typical Justin Barsha. Comment right now, where does everyone have Barsha? Can he maintain this momentum, or is he due to have a not-so-great start?
I mean, I wouldn't have ever pictured him to be the most consistent rider through 2 rounds, but he is.
Yeah. Fat Girl Rodeo, we'll talk about Savachi. Great name, by the way.
Look, it finished 10 places better than where he qualified last round.
He's just
so
Justin
his qualifying is no big deal.
I don't look at qualifying. Him and there's several riders
AP.
like Barsha, AP, even Roxon sometimes. You can't read too much into their qualifying. But let's see. His average start has been 5, and his qualifying is 11.5. So, yeah, don't look at it. He took 5th in 2020 in San Diego the last time they raced there. You said that was Limegate, right? Was it? No. It was before 19. That. Yeah, Jimmy Decotis, you were saying the last time he raced there was the Limegate.
Podium there, yep.
What's interesting, though, is Barcia has not led a lap this season. And since 2018, Barcia has only led laps in 2 other races besides the opening round. That's 3 years of Supercross where he's led laps in the open, he's won the opener, but then only led laps in one other race that season.
Yeah, so with all that, you're basically saying he's good on the podium, but maybe not first.
For me, Barcia's a 3 to 5th.
Me too.
He's not
a second to fourth type of dude for me, yeah.
Okay. So where are you putting him in your picks this weekend? That's the real question.
Probably second or fourth. I don't know. I just don't see him taking third again.
Look at that. Brendan Brown says Barcia for the win.
Yeah, who knows? But the stats don't back that up.
Rick is on. He says due to not being in the top 5. It's true, but at what point? Wild card, some people are saying. Roxon for the win. All right, look. Let's jump to Kenny Roxon. Where did I just put his number plate?
Was a little banged up. That's kind of like a throwaway round.
Yeah.
Last round for him. If you didn't see him qualifying when he got hurt, I mean, you need to check those qualifying numbers.
Here it is.
Check our social media. We'll let you know what happened.
Yeah, and I wish. Did anybody see the actual crash of Sexton, I guess, going down? Because apparently he crashed too. And
when he hit him, he kind of just skidded off the like he had crashed by the end of the whoops.
Oh, so Sexton did crash after he hit
he went down, but it didn't look nearly as bad.
Do you think he knew what he had done to Kenny just before that?
Probably. I mean,
what are the chances that teammates do it?
I'm sure the team manager wasn't loving that.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, look, let's talk about Ken Roxon here, his stats.
Look at that, though. His 13th place finish last round was the worst finish of his 450 career where he didn't DNF.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Went all the way back to like 2016 or so. So,
jeez.
Not a good round. He's going to do a lot better than that, I'm sure.
Wow.
Won in San Diego in 2017, qualified 4th. Hasn't finished worse than 4th in the last 3 round 3s.
Yeah, so like if you go back like last year there in the last 3 years, by round 3 he has not finished 4th or worse in round 3. So he's been solid in the 3rd round each year.
Led laps.
And Kenny's the kind of guy that he does bounce back pretty good after having like if Kenny has a really bad weekend for some reasons, like he'll just come back and win. Remember in Salt Lake, he got lapped by 1st and 2nd when Tomac and Webb were having that battle, and then was it the next race he goes out and whole shots and leads the whole main and wins.
I mean, he's a determined dude. I'm not gonna count him out. That's for sure. I mean, the wreck kind of, I think, banged him up for that night. I'm assuming he's a lot better now.
Yeah, let's see. Rarely finishes more than 4 spots away from where he qualifies.
I was looking just through the years on that, and it's very rare.
Yeah,
that he's more than 4 spots away. So,
well, here's what I'm saying though. The stat we talked about kind of still holds up. So for Roxon, he finished 1st or 2nd 9 times and 3rd once in all of last year. So for me, if he's not 1st or 2nd, I wouldn't put him on the podium if you're just kind of relying more on stats.
Okay.
I did that last week. I took him out of the top 5 because I was like, you know what? After his qualifying crash and everything, I was like, well, I'm not going to put him 1st or 2nd, so I just took him out of there, and it paid off for me.
All right.
I'm trying to rely. I'm trying not to go too emotional with my picks throughout the year.
I like the stats. I'll listen to them.
All right, Kobe, you want to do a poll on Kenny? Why not? Let's do a poll right now. Ken Roxon, top 5. Do we do top 5 or podium? Here's the crazy thing.
I don't know.
You got to think about this too. And please, if somebody knows where the stat came from, I was trying to find the person's name, but it has been since 2018. There's only been a few times, I believe 2 or 3 rounds total. All right, right here. There have only been 2 races since Webb joined KTM where there was a podium finish without Webb, Tomac, or Roxon on the podium.
Yeah. I mean, we always say everybody can win. It's going to get shook up.
What percentage is that? That's like 98% of the time, those 3, or at least one of those 3 is on the podium. So you're crazy if you don't have Webb, Tomac, or Roxon, or maybe 2 of them on your podium.
You're not playing the odds. I mean, that's a gimme.
No, you're not. And we've talked about how you can win this thing. You've got to get 1 to 2 picks right every week.
Yeah.
If you want to shoe in, put those guys in your podium every week and then just switch the order, and you're bound to get probably a pick right just about every weekend.
There will be them ones here's and there's, but they're going to be the consistent.
It's consistency, which is pretty crazy.
I agree.
Let's see. If you're playing for points, he should be in the top 3.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Haley knows what she's
talking about. 1st or 2nd is most likely. Yep. All right. Well, what are you going to do with him this week?
I'm keeping him on the podium.
Okay.
Like you said, I think he's going to bounce back. He probably took the week off, took it pretty light. I'm sure he's going to be fresh.
Okay.
So
fair enough. Where are you guys putting Kenny Roczen right now? Are you putting him on the podium? Is he going to bounce back and win? Meanwhile, while we're doing that, let's talk about the man that lives rent-free in his dome, Cooper Webb.
Oh.
Am I not
Yes,
right?
It's true. It's true. I don't know. They kind of fist pumped each other after, what was it, A1?
Yeah, I mean, they respect
They have a friendly rivalry.
They respect each other. Like, you have
there's
to.
no way you can't.
Yeah. All right,
So.
you start going with
All
these.
right.
I'm gonna get a hold of Jimmy D here so we
See
can
what we
get him
got
primed for
with
this
Webb.
call.
His podium percentage has been 76% or better the last 3 seasons. Last round was the first time he finished behind where he qualified since round 6 in 2021, where he qualified first and then finished second. So if he's qualifying up there, you want to put him at least where he's qualifying or better, in my opinion.
Okay. Last week was kind of a fluke, right?
Yeah, it was kind of
Sick,
a fluke.
whatever. Okay.
I mean, it obviously doesn't happen often. But then he chased down AC for the win in San Diego in 2020. We all remember that. We thought AC was going to get his first win. Let's finish 5th in both heats this season. Is that why he's getting these bad starts of 6th and 11th? Maybe he comes
that's
out,
a very good point.
puts some pressure on the heats to get a better gate pick, send a message, get confidence. I don't know. But I do want to see him do better than 5th in the heat. Get a decent pick.
Hasn't had back-to-back rounds out of the top 5 since rounds 5 and 6 in 2018.
Yeah, that one blew my mind.
Really?
So
that's when he was on Yamaha too?
yeah, there's no way he shouldn't be in there somewhere.
Okay.
Sick or not,
I would
in my
agree
mind.
with that.
Finished first or second 11 times last year, third twice.
Again, first or second for that guy. He does not get third very often. If he's in the top 3 during the race, he's going to hunt down somebody.
I don't see anyone out there he can't catch, pass, wear down. He's a good pick for first.
But here's the deal, though. Cooper Webb has won 2 out of the last 3 round 3s.
Yeah. This is where he starts heating up a little bit.
Yeah, and his last 3 starts at round 3, 1, 3, 5. So Cooper Webb's looking pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy, on the other hand. What do you got on this guy?
No. Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh, come on now.
Oh, those starts,
Kobe,
though.
how's that poll going? We got 87 votes.
It's looking like podium. Podium's taking it.
Podium,
Yeah,
okay.
I think a second or third for him.
Hey, if you're going off of stats, that's what you do right there. All right, let's talk about Eli Tomac. When are we going to see this guy get his first win? He won last year, or no, let's see here.
He won San Diego in 2019.
That's right. Last year he won round 2, but he's won the round 3 before. So we'll talk about that.
But
Webb,
those starts.
Tomac, third. Yeah, 8 and 11. And it's people I think a lot of times talk about like, oh, it's the bike. I don't think it has anything to do with the bike. Like AC and Tomac were on the same bike. AC ripped starts where Tomac was he's just never been a great starter. Maybe he figures something out, and right now with how good everyone is and seeing that track map, I am not too confident about this man.
Me neither.
I don't know.
I mean, I love Tomac, but we're talking fantasy.
Finishing wise, he's fine. He's 4.6. He's 6 points back of Barsha right now. Tomac is chilling. He is not stressed about this.
Yeah.
I mean, if you told Tomac before the season, hey, will you take a 4.6 to start it out?
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad.
Take it.
I'm sure he wants better.
Yeah, his qualifying good. Like, Tomac is comfortable on that bike. He just needs to get a start.
That's where I worry about him because we're looking at it right here. It's a lot easier to pass from 11 to 6th than 8 to 4th or better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're not going to catch those dudes by then.
And look at that stat. His average finish in round 3 over the last 4 seasons is 2.5 with 2 wins. So Coop's won 2, Tomac has won 2. Man.
Well, look at this. She's sharing the 10th best average start this season with AP.
I know.
At 9.5.
We're only 2 rounds in, but I agree.
That's just telling me I'm not picking him in my top spot. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it. If you're getting on average 9 or more people ahead of you off the start, it's going to be hard for anyone to win at this point, even Tomac.
Okay, I agree. And look at this. So his worst start in 2021 where he still was able to podium was 9th.
Yeah.
So right now, especially,
what's his average?
Like if he starts 9th or worse, good luck getting on the box. Like that's just
it's a stacked. Everybody's still here.
Yeah. So
AC's getting better.
All right.
It's gonna be hard for Tomac without a start. That's all we're saying.
Hasn't won a round that he qualified fastest since round 13 in 2020.
That one kind of surprised me too, because we always think if he's fastest, you jump on that train.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know anymore. I'm glad I didn't last week. Not that it would have helped much, but still.
Well, I don't know. I'm getting I thought, I don't have Tomac to win right now. And then I was thinking about changing my head. But now I'm reading these stats. I'm it's not a good bet. It's terrible.
See, Frozen Gummon has AC and McElrath clean the house on the starts anyways, even though Anstey had a good one last week, too. So the whole Rocky Mountain team's killing the starts.
I don't know, man. Look at this. Who was saying it? Tomac for the wild card? I don't know, man.
It doesn't sound that crazy.
No, it doesn't.
He's finished 4th and 6th. I mean.
Hey, Dalton, look, we know he had the fastest lap time in the main event last week, but does that matter when you start?
And lap 11 when everyone's gone, you have a clean track.
It's it doesn't matter. If, on these tracks, these guys are so close. It's not you can't just drop 1.5 seconds or a second a lap on these top guys anymore.
I need to dig into the stats and see the last time someone started worse than 5th and actually won. Just anyone.
Yeah.
I bet you it's not very often.
Tomac or Webb.
Probably.
Roxon doesn't do it. Roxon doesn't make charges from 5th or 6th.
He holds the lead. He doesn't really
He gets
pass.
a good start and stays up there
exactly.
unless Webb's in top 3 at the start.
All right.
Different conversation for different day.
El Hombre here. Did you get the Team Fried merch ordered up?
Oh, no.
You're still not hopping on that?
Let's
okay.
get through him, and then we'll get Jimmy D on the phone here.
All right.
We have another poll going right now. Does Tomac get on the podium this weekend?
I'm saying no. I'm sorry.
I'm saying yes, but he's not winning. That's my That's my thing. All right. Oh, yeah, Robert Brown says, thoughts on Wygant's prediction about round 3 winners going to win the season? I don't know. It's a good coincidence. But hey, you never know.
I wouldn't put too much stock.
I agree that by round 3, these guys are figuring things out as far as the bike goes, and they should be a lot more settled in. The nerves are gone from Anaheim 1.
I bet you
the pecking order is starting to get a little bit more established.
Who wins round 10 probably has a better chance of winning the championship than 3.
Yeah, Frozen Gumwad, that is not true. It says Tomac needs a 3-second head start to win the race. Come on now.
No, if he starts within the top 5, he has a chance, but you can't do it from 8th or 11th.
I agree, Sean 625. Fastest lap doesn't mean nothing in a 20-minute race when you're that far behind. Tomac for 3rd. I see Botham. I could be right there with you. Starts matter. All right, El Hombre, let's talk about it. So he's actually tied with Sexton for 4th best average start this season of 4.5.
He's killing it.
I know. That's why I said theoretically he should be the
People are
points leader.
surprised, but he's getting good starts.
Okay. Look at this. 1 Oakland, then San Diego right after in rounds 5 and 6 in 2018. Say no more.
I'm just saying.
If you're an Anderson fan and you're thinking about putting him in the win.
He's done it before. Went straight from Oakland
more.
to San Diego on a streak.
Yeah.
Could be going streaking. I don't know.
Right now, 114 votes. More people say Tomac does not get on the box this weekend. Okay. Anderson 4th. Come on, zombie. Let's see, one of the riders that usually starts pretty close to where he qualifies. Let's see, only 3 points behind. Oh, gosh, please let this championship be so good.
I mean, 3 points behind the red plate, and you just won. There's nobody with more confidence going into San Diego in my mind. There it is. He's got to be feeling hot right now.
Yeah, he got his first win since 2018, since he won the title. So, yeah. Like I said, in a Bam Bam less world, he's a points leader. His starts are good. He's got the speed. He proved he has a stamina. Look, Anderson is a solid. He's not coming out of my top 5 anymore.
Well,
he's staying in there.
I almost
pending a crash or something.
I almost think he's going to be in my podium somewhere too, because with those starts, he's still passing people in the top 5. A lot of people can't do that. So he's just hot right now. The man's hot.
Well, let's find out. You know who else is? Well, I can't say that. I was going to say who else is hot. Jimmy D. But let's get him on the phone right now. Let's get Jimmy Decotis on here. Jimmy D.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Dude, we are doing so good. And thank you so much for taking the time to call in. You're in New Hampshire right now. We were talking a little bit earlier on the phone. I was getting the details on what Jimmy's been up to.
Yeah, big fans for sure.
Hey, when are we going to see a little baby Decotis running around? Come on, that's got to be in the cards somewhere, right?
I know. We've been thinking about it, but Jamie's she's actually working for Yamaha right now doing media and press stuff. So she's been helping star these first 2 rounds. She's doing it all year long. So that's why I went out to A1 in Oakland, was to help her get situated and go out and watch. And so she's back traveling a little bit, and we have our own business now doing touch-up paint and dents and stuff. So
sweet.
We're really grinding right now. So we want to have kids, but we also want to set ourselves up for the future financially. So we've been kind of holding off a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. See Jimmy out there, that moto dad at Loretta's someday.
That's it. I'll get down. And that's why I haven't been riding this year, because I'm like, I know one day I'm going to have kids, and then they'll probably ride, and I'll be at the track my whole life. So I'm like, I took some time away from the track this year to.
You'll have plenty more days at the track. But hey,
that's how I feel.
Hey, 125 Southwick Dream Race. You better be there. I saw
are they having 125 this year?
I haven't heard yet, but if they do.
If they do, I might have to do that.
I mean, they don't call him the Rippa for no reason.
Who's the other guy?
I might have to do that.
Who's the other guy from up in your area that does does Southwick every year? And he's shows up for like that one race and always gets like a top 10. Robbie something? Robbie Marshall. Yeah. Yep. There you go. You're on the dream race. I like it.
He's sweet.
Well, hey, man.
Be fun, actually.
So you're up in New Hampshire, just living the life. You're working. You've been watching the races each weekend, I take it. I saw you at Anaheim 1.
Yep, I have been. I went to Anaheim 1 in Oakland, so that's what me and Jamie did. We went to A1 together, and then we actually drove from Anaheim to Oakland. We took the 1, and we took the highway, so it was like a nice little vacation.
Oh, right on.
When I traveling so much racing, everyone's like, "Oh, you must have got to see the world." I'm like, I mean, you do, but you see the hotel, the track, the hotel, the track.
Yeah, it's a tunnel.
You don't get to really enjoy it.
It really is. So we got to actually enjoy it this week, so that was really nice. But overall, I mean, my takeaway is I'm just so impressed by that 450 class, the talent in it, and the fact that we have 10 guys that can win a race, and the fact that it's so close. It's so cool. And I haven't been to a race in 2 years since I stopped racing at Daytona when I got my Lyme disease and stuff and I retired. So to go back to a race and now not be emotionally invested in it, and that being my job and my full-time thing, it's like I could take a step back and just watch with no stress, no anxiety, no pressure to perform, and just watching those guys, you realize as a fan, you're like, these guys are going so fast. Like the TV doesn't know justice. Mm-hmm. When you're there in person, you can see how fast the top 450 guys are going. I mean, and all the guys, even the guy in 22nd is, if you see him at a local track, you'd be like, this is the baddest dude I've ever seen on a dirt bike. And then 100%. There's 20 other guys going even faster than him. And when you're there in person, I think it's you really get to respect and see how fast these guys are going and what it takes to succeed. And it's the craziest sport now. Being out of it, to see how hard it really is now from the outside, it's definitely cool to be on the other side of it now. It really is.
That's what I wonder too, because these guys are the gnarliest athletes, I mean, on the planet, really. How hard was it when you started feeling the effects of the Lyme disease and still trying to compete with these dudes? Like, what was that like?
It was hard. And once I got diagnosed, I actually had about 2 years after that where I was really strong and I felt like I made good progress. My first 2 years on JGR was really good and I wasn't sick. But the last year when I retired, I just felt like I was carrying a 50-pound weight on my back. I was really tired, weak, lots of brain fog, anxiety, and just extreme muscle fatigue. It almost felt like if everyone's ever had a blood sugar issue, or you eat too many carbs, you drink too much coffee, and you have that like shaky weakness feeling. I would feel that a lot, even not taking stimulants. And I remember I was talking to J-Bone at Daytona after practice, and he was like, "Can you race the Nitro, you think?" And I was just like, you know what? I just can't do it. I was like, my head is not there. Like physically I'm not there, but mentally I wasn't able to do the things I wanted to do on my bike. So I was kind of like, you know what, that's when I made the decision to say, you know what, I'm done doing this sport. It's too much on the body for my health conditions. If I was healthy, it would have been no problem. But because of my health stuff, I felt like, you know what, it was my time to step away.
Yeah. Wow. That's why I get so mad when I see any type of hate towards these dudes. It's like, you don't know what they're going through, the tolls on their body. Like, there's no reason ever to be bashing or hating on any of these dudes. It drives me nuts.
It really does. And I was talking about the stank dog thing and the pulp thing, and it's hard because, like, none of those guys are really bashing riders. They're just talking about them. Same with you guys. You guys discuss. You got to discuss the riders. We all do. Now that I'm out of the sport, it's hard as a rider when people are discussing you, whether it's positivity or negative, that you still feel some type of way because they're discussing about you.
Sure.
So I think as a rider, you have to take yourself out of it and just look at yourself as, okay, they're talking about me because I'm an athlete, the same way the NFL broadcasters talk about the NFL football guys.
Yep.
You try not to take it to heart, but they're also trying to say, you guys are trying to say what you're seeing, whether it's to help people in fantasy or to help whoever it may be. We all have to talk about someone racing because that's what's fun about it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we go by the motto, it's fantasy, it's not personal.
That's right. You have to.
The stats don't lie. So when you want to put Tomac in first or second, the guy doesn't get starts.
Yeah. I mean, we're not in with the team. We're not broing down. We're just some dudes that like Supercross, analyzing the stats and trying to figure it out. So.
Well, so
Yep.
what have been your thoughts so far on the racing? Anything kind of taking you by surprise that maybe you weren't expecting from rounds 1 to 2?
I
I don't think
wouldn't say
Anderson,
totally
Oh, go ahead.
by surprise. Yeah, Anderson. I've kind of seen Anderson coming. I kind of seen his preseason post. I'm like, you know what? He seems like he's in that same state he was in when he won that championship that year.
Yeah.
And he just seems like he's happy. He's having fun. You know, new scenery on Kawasaki. I just feel like he seemed like he was doing good. So to see him going that well, that's not really a surprise. I would say, Sexton's been a big surprise to me just with his raw natural ability. You know, he hasn't laid down the results yet, but just watching from the 2 rounds, I feel like he has the potential to even outgrow these 10 guys that he's racing with and be even better than them, which I think is going to be tough to do, but it's possible.
Yeah.
So I would say, honestly, Chase has been impressive, even though results haven't been there, but just to see his natural ability on a bike has been really cool to see.
Yeah, he's just got to keep it on 2. I mean,
Well, he's working with James before, and he reminds me a lot of him, too.
Yeah,
he does remind me, too.
Yeah, I don't know.
He makes you feel like when you watch James and you're blown away, you're just like, you're in awe almost. You could watch James all day. He's kind of like that, where you're like, wow, he's doing stuff that's it's just so fluent and easy for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to see.
Yeah, no, I like once Chase gets a first, I wouldn't even say a podium because I think he just needs to get that first win.
Just get a clean
he might
round.
skip the podium. He might just skip the podium, go right to the win.
Well, I just feel like he already knows. Like he's like, I don't think the goal is for him. Like he might be thinking, okay, like I need to get a podium. I need first, and then I want to get a win. But it's like, but he knows he should be on the podium.
Yeah.
So I feel like for Chase Sexton right now, a podium is not good enough.
Maybe.
No,
I don't know. My opinion.
I mean, I'm sure it will. If he gets it this weekend, 3rd round, I'm sure he'll be happy with it. But he knows his ability.
Yeah,
he could go out, get the whole shot, check out 6-7 seconds, and stay there the whole time. So I think that's where he's obviously like he knows he can do it. It's just if he stays off the ground. But it's not even that. You have to get the start too. I mean, these days you can't start 10th and think you're going to win. I don't think anyone could start 10th and win in this class.
No,
unless a lot of guys go down or it's a crazy mud race or something. But when a track was basic like last weekend, everyone was doing the same rhythms and the whoops were big, but they weren't like they were at A1. I feel like it's really hard to make passes in this class. And
A1's whoops were gnarly, bro. Did you go on the track? I went down there after the last qualifier, and I'm just like, no, like this. I didn't
even go on the track because I could see them in the stands, and I'm just like, these things are huge.
When Sexton went down and like they were like, oh, he's rushing. I'm just like, no, he went down because the whoops are just.
They're huge.
They're insane. Yeah. They're not only are they huge, but they're cupped out. They're so square edgy. I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Like anyway, it just it's so gnarly. Have you seen the track map for this weekend? It's looking, honestly, I would say of the first 3 rounds, it looks like the most basic track. And so we're kind of talking about it earlier. I feel like this weekend, like the start's even more crucial than it has been. And if you don't rip a good start, like good luck, you know?
Yeah, and that's like you said, it's Tomac's biggest problem right now. I mean, I've watched Tomac both of the main events, like the whole main event, because I'm a fan of Eli and I really like watching him on that new bike, and he's going good. He just, like I said, you can't put yourself back there. It's like, and it's crazy nowadays. It's like you can have the best 2 practices, the best heat race, and then you start 12th and your day is over. Just like that.
Oh, I know.
And like AP qualified, I think the top 3 last week were like 9, 12, and 11, or 11 and 9, 11 and 12 in practice times. Like you can't make this stuff up. Like it's not the same as James and Ricky and Chad, where it was like, all right, one of these 3 is winning. It's like we have no idea who's going to win, and it makes the sport so cool. It makes fantasy fun, and it makes being a fan like the best time ever. I'm thankful I retired when I did, because I don't want anything to do with that 450 class.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of
guys are bad dudes.
Well, look at Alex Martin. The guy goes from a podium guy in 250s, and I know it's his first year on the 450, so
he's improving a lot. Though,
he is,
quick.
but I
will say about Amar though, he looks great on the 450. He's just outclassed by those guys.
I'm just saying, Amar is a top 1% of the 1% of riders in the world. Like the dude flies, and when you're struggling, like he hasn't made it through a heat race yet, and then in the mains you can tell like it's just the level of these guys is absolutely insane. Now, so I was gonna say, Jimmy, I geek out on this stuff. I watch Tomac off the starting line a lot, and I watch the replay. It looks like he gets a good jump, but as soon as he hits dirt, it's like everyone else just gets a bike length or a half bike on him. I don't know if is that a bike setup thing you could fix, do you think, or is it technique? Like
a
you that's done
thing?
so many. Yeah, what do you think hinders a guy like that?
Yeah, I think it can be a little bit of both. I do think it can be a technique thing, but I mean, we're talking about Eli Tomac. He's been, how many starts has that guy done?
Well,
you know,
and his technique riding the bike is phenomenal. Like
it's perfect. Yeah,
he doesn't take his feet off the pegs.
I think it's a mental thing a little bit too, because look at guys like Vince. I mean, I'm sure that XPR, that Moto Concepts bike is awesome. Like they build great engines. And that's a great bike, but like I'm sure they're not up there with Star Power. I mean, it's kind of, everyone knows that they have one of the better bikes. So to see Vince ripping starts like he's doing, and now back on the 250, just like he did in the 450 class, it's kind of like, all right, it's technique. And that's literally what it comes down to, because Alessi could come out of retirement right now, and I bet you he can start.
Yeah,
probably.
Still, like, so I just think it's more of like the guys that want to start up there, they start up there. They really do. And it's, for Tomac, I just think it's more of a mental side of him. He knows, he's like, this has been my Achilles heel my whole career is start.
Right.
So if I can get, like, it's almost like Larocco was like, they wanted to start so bad that they couldn't get it. It was like, because they knew how important it is. Like, I feel like Eli knows that 10, 15 seconds is his whole entire night.
And
it puts a lot of pressure on these guys.
And here's the deal for me. Like, when I look at Tomac, when I see him, so like last week, wins his heat race and then lines up on the like very inside. And that to me just shows, bro, I feel like he doubts himself, because I feel like he tries to guard against getting a bad jump a lot. He'll protect. He goes inside. He's trying to protect because he's like, oh, well, if I don't get the jump, I'll still be inside.
If I go inside, I'll be top 8, top 9.
Yeah. Versus line up next to the freaking doghouse and just think, dude, but hey, I'm bench racing.
We're just trying to figure it out.
We do not know. I'm over 30 vet B-class rider, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, Tomac, to do this, but
figure it out, bud. What are you doing?
I see him do that, though, and it like makes me think like if Tomac lines up and like, I just feel like I can be like, well, Tomac doesn't have the confidence to get a start right now because he's all the inside. Like,
yeah, he's playing defense. He's not going to the gate going, I'm going to get this whole shot.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to pick the best gate to get that. Whether it puts me in last, I don't care, because I want to be first. And I feel like in that class now, starting in top 5 is good, because if you get top 5 every weekend, you're going to be in the hunt.
Yeah.
Unless one of these guys separates themselves. But as of what we've seen now, there is no separation. It's the 8, 10 guys that are up there. So, I mean, it's so important. Like, if I was those in the 450 class, I would be doing starts all week long, setting bike up for starts, because
it's true.
It seems to be the most important part, that and the whoops. And when you see guys comfortable in the whoops, they get the start and they're confident, just like Christian's been doing. He knows he's the best in the whoops, so he gets the start and he knows he can beat them. It's like, the sport's so mental. It's probably 70% more mental than people even think it is.
No, I agree with you. No, I think Tomac starts are more of a mental thing than a technique thing.
Me too. Do you guys know if Tomac does 1 foot up or 2 feet up? I haven't.
He does 2 feet down.
He does.
Ferrandis does 1 foot up, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. I know a lot of those GP
he's not
guys
a good one to look at, because he hasn't been getting good starts. But, maybe those guys on the Yamaha, it's got a lot of hit, that bike. So, I mean, they could be hitting the dirt or spinning on that grate. Like, there's a lot of different things to it. But I've been watching the MXGPs, and a lot of those guys now, since they've been on the new grates, are using 1 foot up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a benefit or not on it. I was stuck on 2 feet down when I was racing on the grates, but I felt like when I used to start on dirt before the grates, I did 1 foot up. And especially on 2 strokes, because you needed to get the shift so fast,
super quick,
that you really wanted to have that foot up. So I feel like with the grate and watching the MXGP guys, I think the foot up might be something these guys could look into to try to benefit their starts, or watch Vince, because I mean, Freezy gets the best starts out of everyone, and it's just crazy to see.
Right. Someone just commented on the chat and said 70% of the time it's mental every time.
That's been proven by science. That's just science.
Well, Jimmy, we won't keep you too much longer, but we got to get your thoughts, because we ask this to every person that calls in. Give us, I'm going to put you on the hot seat right now. Based off of what you've seen the first 2 rounds, give us your podium for San Diego.
All right. I'm going to go Sexton, Coop, Tomac.
Oh, wow.
I like that. Well, I'm
They'll
not
be shaking it up.
I don't have Sexton at first, but I like that. But
I only have Sexton there because I feel like he's a first or fifth or sixth guy. Like he's gonna win before he gets third. Okay. I just feel like if he gets a start and gets away, he can do it. The only one I think that's gonna screw up my picks is Roxon if he's A+ Kenny that night.
Yeah. How he's feeling.
It's tough because if you're putting Coop and Roxon in first and second, he's like, you got to do Coop ahead of Roxon because he gets the better of him most often when they're in those two spots.
He usually does. Usually does.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. And then Webb's won, 2 out of the last 3 years. He's won San Diego, so or he's won round 3 of the last 2 out of 3 years.
So he starts getting hot.
It does. I was just saying, and you'll probably know this better than we do, but by round 3, I feel like riders kind of have the bike sorted out. The nerves are gone from A1. They've established, like, if you're Tomac right now, other than your starts, you're chilling. You've got 4-6.
Nothing wrong with that. And Jamie's always helps with Yamaha doing the quotes, and like she's like, it's so cool to hear Eli. He's so mature and he's been doing this for so long that like he gets a 6, and like some of the other guys are just like, oh, they're so frustrated. Like he's like, I did my best, I gave it my all, and that's all I can do. I gave 100%. And it's like he knows that he controlled what he could control. He did his best 20 minutes. Unfortunately, he didn't get the start, but he's so mature in that aspect. And I'm sure growing up with a mountain bike world champion like his dad, he helped obviously showed him and groomed him into that. But it just goes to show that, like, because now being out of the sport, I used to think the sport was everything when you're involved. It's my job. Right. It's everything. It's the thing I love. And it's like when you see guys separating themselves from the result, I think that's what makes Coop so good too, is he separates himself from the result. He grades himself on how did I perform, whether it was first or last.
Yeah.
If I gave it my best and it was last, that's the best I can do, and I have to accept that. Where some guys get second and they know they didn't give it their best, and they're actually more mad with the second than an eighth because they didn't give the best effort they could.
Right.
And so to see Eli doing that, I feel like for the long term, 17 rounds, he's going to be in it because he just takes the result with what he gets. He moves on to next week. He stays positive and present. And if you do that, everything else will work itself out.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. And
I mean, he's 6 points back.
Well, here's the only thing that if you're Tomac, you should be a little worried or any of these guys, because looking at the stats, going back, Dungey's 3 championships on KTM and Cooper Webb's 2 championships that he's had, those 2 guys never had a worse average finish of 3 for the entire season.
Wow.
You got to be Dungey in it.
You have to be on the podium. With this class, I'm just saying, if you're not starting top 5, you're not on the podium. And in this class, like, I know the first few rounds are the shakedown, but these guys better start realizing, I would feel, that, hey, it's podium or bust almost from here on out. Like, I've got to start getting up there in podium. Yeah,
you do. It's really important. And luckily, the first 2 rounds kind of worked out where guys like Anderson went 9-1 and everything worked out, so no one was able to separate.
Yeah,
but
shook
with
it up
these
a little
next
bit.
2 rounds, if Coop goes 2-2 or 1-2, and who's leading the points? Anderson. So if he gets, or no, Barsha. So Barsha goes 1-2 or 2-1 or 2-2. He's going to start. It's time for these guys to start separating themselves from the pack and say, all right, these are the 3 guys going for the title, or 4 guys. Like, they need to start proving it. And I think this weekend's a big, big turning point for everyone, really, to see who's going to say, you know what, I'm the man and I'm coming out for this. I'm winning this championship.
Maybe that's why Sex needs to get it done now, because he's bleeding a little bit and he needs to stop the bleeding. But we'll see.
Yep. Yeah. But hey, he's also, it's like pretty much his rookie year. So I feel like I think how fast he's going, he already accepted this year as a win because he's like, I have the talent, the ability to win this class. So I feel like he should be able to start piling a few on. I mean, hopefully he can win a race this year. It would be cool to see.
Nobody's catching and passing him. He's
that's how I feel. He's got to give it away himself. Yep.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
One more rider really quick. Aaron Plessinger. Do you think he can back up a top 5? It's start dependent, absolutely. Right? If he starts top 5, he's up there?
Yeah, I think he can definitely put it in the top 5 again. I think he could win with the way he's been riding. But yeah, it's just the start is what it comes down to. And then, if AP working under Alden, I feel like a little bit before he'd have a good result and he'd kind of, not bring it the next week, where I feel like with Alden in that program, they're not allowed to really, like, they come in Monday, they're back to work, Tuesday back to work. Yeah. So I feel like this is a big weekend for AP to reassert himself and say, hey, this isn't the first or the only podium I'm getting this year. Like I'm going to be up here. I'm contending, and that's why KTM is signed him, because they believe he can win races, and I'm sure everyone in his camp believes that. So yeah, I think top 5 for AP would be a great goal for him this weekend to build on that result. But I'm sure AP's thinking about winning races over even just top 5.
Okay, we like it.
Good stuff.
All right, Jimmy. Well, hey, man, we know you're a busy guy out there. Can't wait to see that post saying you guys are expecting. So thank you so much for calling in. We wish you the best luck with everything, man. So go follow Jimmy D on Instagram. And, Jimmy, hopefully we see you at a 125
That's
Dream
what I was
race.
about to say, yep.
Yeah, if they have them, I'll think about it. And then this year I'm going to do some more local racing. One of my friends of mine, Ross from Trail Jesters, he sponsors he has a KTM team. He sponsored Josh Toth, Ben Kelly, Johnny Gerard, a lot of the GNCC guys. And he was a big sponsor of me when I did my privateer deal. He's like the reason I even kept racing when I was almost going to quit in 2015. So I'm going to probably get a KTM 350 and do some local racing with them as part of their little team. And yeah, just try to have fun again and get back involved in the sport. And then once I do that, start racing locally, maybe I'll come do that Southwick Dream race or Foxborough one year just for fun. But we'll see. I'm just focused on my job. And if I get there and I feel like I'm got my job going good and everything's consistent and I can ride enough, then maybe one day I'll try to get back out there for a fun race.
Awesome, man. Like good to hear. All right, man. Well, hey, again, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I know everyone watching the show right now appreciates it. Mm-hmm. The best of luck with everything, man. We'll talk to you soon.
No problem, guys. Thank you for having me on.
All right, we'll see ya.
All right, bye, guys.
Good guy right there.
I miss that dude out there. I really
he's
do.
good. All right, let's get into spoilers and wildcard, because wildcard is 7th place this week, which means
spoilers, wildcard, it's all meshing.
It is. Let's talk about it real quick. Chase Sexton, you know, it's a shame. I don't feel like you should be talking about him right now as a spoiler, but
or even a wild
it's the
card.
world. It's the stat world we live in. His average over 2 rounds, he's qualifying 6. His starts are 4 and 5. He's just got to keep it on 2 wheels. So
his average finish is 7th, though.
I know.
If you want to go off stats,
but
I don't advise
crashes.
it. Yeah.
That's with crashes.
I don't advise it for this week. I got him higher than that.
Okay. Let's see. He's finished exactly 1 spot behind where he qualifies in both rounds.
That was weird.
Weird. Okay. All right, moving on. Adam Cianciarulo. I feel like he's a good pick for wildcard this week. If he gets a good top 3 start, if the shoulder's getting better, why wouldn't he? He got 8th last week. Why not put him at 7th?
I almost think he's getting into 5th.
No.
I mean, he made a big jump, and we've seen this one's going to be way start 11, dependent.
8? Yeah. Oh, I know. He can't hold on for more than half the race.
What I didn't like, though, is he didn't try to battle anyone. It seemed like anybody that got near him, he just kind of moved over.
I know. It concerns me a little bit. I'm just saying.
I want him to get better so bad, though, because it would be cool to see him win.
Who else we got up here? Malcolm Stewart. I think Malcolm's going to be a good one on there.
Starts, though. 8 and 10 the last 2 rounds. Like we were saying earlier, it's going to be hard for anyone to do much with that.
You have to get starts.
So I'm thinking more wild card. Even though he was in the top 5 last week, this track. At least there's a long whoop section.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like.
Look at him starting this season 7-5. Last season he started 5-7.
Dude, I'm just saying I'm feeling good about Malcolm for 7th. But he didn't finish more than 1 spot from where he started the first 3 rounds last year. So, yeah, he's not.
But not strong results in San Diego. Never been in the top 5 on a 450 in San Diego. Hasn't finished worse than 7th in the last 5 Supercross rounds, though.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. 7th or better. Put him in 7th. Average
finish is 6th. He's right there.
Dylan Ferrandis for a wild card might not be a bad pick because his starts are even worse than Tomac, if you can believe it.
14 and 13. Eesh.
Oh. Let's see here. If no one else shows up, I could win in Maine. Okay, Rich.
Look at Ferrandis, though, sitting 14th best average start on this season so far, and I don't think that's what they meant when he picked number 14.
All right.
So has taken 5th in both heats, and nothing to me says he's going to get a good start. I mean, come on.
Sam Tolley and Sean 65 are onto something here because this is the man that I currently have in the wild card.
Ferrandis?
No, Marvin Musquin.
Marvin?
Marvin. So Marvin here.
9-9 starts?
Is it? No. 2 opening starts. Yeah, 9-9 starts. Sorry. I thought you were talking about finishes. Yeah, he's got 9-9, and his starts have not been that good so far. And if Marv starts 9th, he's going to work up a couple spots.
Yeah.
But he ain't going to work up to a top 5 from there.
Probably not,
You know
but I
what
mean,
I
his
mean?
average finish is 6th quietly.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's only one spot away from 7th. His average finish was 8.27 all of last year. Let's see. He finished 2nd in San Diego in 2019 after qualifying 3rd, so he has been there.
Yeah.
But look, last week he didn't look very racy. He was behind
I didn't
Webb.
even remember seeing him really.
Well, it's because he was back there. Fernandez got by him. Fernandez got by Webb, and Marv just kind of chilled, and then Webb dropped him later in the race. So I don't know.
You got to hit on your boy AP, though. I mean, he's in my top 5.
I'm just saying Marv's my wild card right now.
Okay, I
AP,
can't argue it.
You got him in your top 5?
I got him in my top 5. I mean,
Brush out the mullet, you said. Our boy is back.
bust it out. I mean, let's brush those mullets out, get them showing in the stadium to power him on, you know?
Look at that.
But-
He's finished 10 spots better than where he qualified.
Yeah, that was weird. So wherever he is, count him
Qualified
about
like
10 spots.
20th in round 1.
No, he qualified 19th, yeah.
And you got-
He took 9th. And then 12th last
own
week,
stats
took
surprised
2nd.
you.
Hey, the stats don't lie, so count him in about 10 spots ahead. Don't worry about his qualifying. I think he's a momentum dude, and he's just so fun-loving. He wants to get that win, like Jimmy was saying.
for Dale.
Yeah, I mean, how can you deny that, man?
Well, look what he did last year on Yamaha. As soon as he got some momentum in Supercross and outdoors, man, he was good.
Yeah.
But only 3% of players had him in their top 5 last round.
That's what I'm saying. You could make up some fantasy points here.
That number's going to go up big time.
Was banged up for A1s. We throw them stats out, fam.
But look at this. He finished within one spot of 7th 8 times last year.
But that's last year.
Is number 7? 7 times?
I like that.
7th 8 times?
I like that. We're getting into the tinfoil stuff. That's what I
Yeah,
like.
I'm just saying. It all adds up in the end. Let's do a poll real quick, Kobe. Let's do one more. Who do we have for the wild card? Who would be our top picks? I think Marvin Muscan, Malcolm Stewart,
I'm going Dylon.
Dylan Ferrandis.
Yep.
And I'll bet you, well, dude, you got to put Marvin there, right?
I don't got Marv
Let's
anywhere.
do 4. Let's do Marvin Muscan.
Oh, in the
I'm
poll,
feeling-
yes.
Marvin
yes.
Muscan, Adam Cianciarulo, Aaron Plessinger, and Dylan Ferrandis.
Yeah. That'll
Joey
help me.
Savacci's, if Joey Savacci wasn't banged up with the knee right now, I'd feel a little bit better about
I'm
it.
surprised he's doing that good. I mean, that injury looks gnarly.
You guys are voting too early. Just give us a second. Kobe's putting up the poll right now. And remember, too, if you haven't yet, smash the like button, please, on this video. Help get it out there for everyone to see.
Plessinger for wild card, just like his plate. I can't get with that.
See, it's another 7. 777.
I can't
Lucky
get with
sevens.
that, dude. I like that, but
That's
I can't get
good.
with it.
That's, but I'm still going.
I mean,
with
once
Muscan.
you rip, what is it?
I'm still going Marv.
A 4th place start. I think he's going to do that or better, hopefully. So
Okay.
that's
Plessinger
my
for the
thinking.
wild card. McElrath, no. Don't know. Like,
He's
I just
ripping
don't know.
starts.
Ripping starts.
Speaking of people ripping
But
starts.
he hasn't finished inside 12th after starting the top 3 the first 2 rounds. So
But
I don't
if anyone
know.
says a bad word about him, I will fight you. Physical.
Well, you can't let stats get to your emotions like
No,
that.
but I'm just saying.
Okay.
He's going to get better. There ain't no
Might be
doubt about
throwing
it.
darts.
Jeez, Anstey was getting starts. So that team, our team's looking good. Savacci battling through it, but he'll bounce back.
Look at that. James Hinton. He says, I don't mean to hate on AP, but I think he's 7. I don't know, man.
I like the respect.
It's going to be close. Anyway, while we're getting this poll going, remember, keep those votes coming in. Let's talk about prizes that are up for grabs for San Diego.
Yes.
You want to do it real quick? All right, let's see. Weekly prizes. Here's what we got. Full MSR gear set, jersey, pant, gloves, and helmets. We've got E-Line getting a $300 spending spree, Bridgestone Battlecross tires, FXR Clutch Pro gear set, Fastway Air EXT motorcycle foot pegs, a Cherby spending spree, LS2 Subverter helmet, Fly Racing casual package, Tusk MX T35 Tusk MX tires, CBDMD. We've got a package from them, and also we have 90 Rocky Mountain ATVMC gift cards.
That's right. I always think we messed it up because we say it on Monday now.
Dude, guess who's winning the wild card poll right now? Marv.
I don't know.
People are
I just
listening.
I'm not feeling it.
People are listening. Okay.
Ferrandis there in second.
Grand prizes, go.
Grand prizes this year, we got for first place is going to take home that Race Prep KTM 450 SXF. Second place, KTM 250 SX, bringing the 2-strokes back. Third place is going to get Dunlop tires for a year. Fourth place, $3,000 Rocky Mountain ATVMC spending spree. Then we got Alpine Stars gear and casual spending spree. Motion Pro Tools prize pack. Fly Racing gear package. Stay 6 stability cycle and accessories. Milestone video games. The new Supercross game, TV and console. And 10th place, Oakley, $1,000 spending spree. So a lot up there.
Remember, tell your friends, too, if you have friends or family who haven't signed up yet, that it is absolutely free to play. You might be a little bit behind as far as the overall season goes, but we've got the weekly prizes. Doesn't matter when you sign up. You can sign up the last round, and you can win a weekly prize.
Yeah, what I've been seeing a lot is husbands get their wives to sign up, and then next thing you know, their wives are kicking their butts, and they don't want them to play anymore.
Yeah.
So
Taylor Shields says, go ahead and throw my 57 on the grand prize.
I like that confidence.
Let's not get too hasty. Long ways to go. But anyway, like we were talking about earlier, get in on the Discord, download the app. We've got the memes on there with the SXperts group.
You're going to throw up a prize, you said.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold you to that.
I try and get in there and
you made your first meme.
Chat with people.
You're an official memer now.
Dude, they're probably one of my favorite things to look at. All right, Ryan B, Ryan B, winner there, the wife. Big winners.
Yeah.
Winning bikes.
What I'm saying.
Winning everything. All right. Anyway, is there anything else, Christian, we need to let these people know before we get out of here?
No, make sure to join our group, the SXperts. There's some people in that group doing really good. So maybe we need to have one of them call in or something and help us out. But
okay.
There's the Trainiacs group. We're going to give away that signed Trey Kennard jersey.
That's right.
You still got Nicole Cheza in them groups, the Lucas ladies. There's all sorts of groups in there. Jeff Walker, I'm sure, has got one going on. So.
All right. Well, with that being said, thank you so much to everyone who has joined us today live.
See, Sean's got Dylan. I'm going with Sean.
Well, what'd the poll finish off with, Kobe?
Muscan, must win. Excuse me.
See, me and Sean, we're trailblazers. We blaze our own path.
All right. Well, the Marv Nation, let's go for the wild card. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to Rocky Mountain YouTube channel if you haven't already. Check us out on Mondays, 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to do some bench racing about the past race. And, of course, every Thursday, we're back to give you stats.
Mm-hmm.
We good?
Let's do it.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you Monday.